Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Second video with a maximum of updates about what's happening in La Continassa. It will be a short video. For what reason? Because before recording I just heard and I just saw the white smoke in the Vatican City. What means that we have a new Pope, Habemus Papam. And for all the people that are believing, you know that it's an extremely important day. So from the moment that my wife and my son that are there in the living room will tell me, the Pope is there, the new Pope at the balcony, I will drop everything and I will go there because I'm really curious to follow it. That's why we go fast. Maximum of like. If you didn't yet, please continue to subscribe. Again, ciao Juventini of the world. My name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. We start first with a confirmation before going into La Continassa. Do you remember this morning? If you watched it already, I make a long video where I spoke about the post-Cristiano Giuntoli with two serious possible candidates chosen by Exor, chosen by the ownership, by John Elkann. No certainties that these will the name, or at least one of them that will arrive, that will be the post-Giuntoli, but at least we are checking. These are at the moment the ideal candidates. I gave you two names, Massara, ex-Milan, that is at the moment at Stade Rennais, Sartori, that is at the moment at Bologna. You know why I'm happy? Because this afternoon, a few minutes ago, Mirko Nicolino reported exactly the same. He said Sartori is there in the top three, even if he's losing a bit of position, maybe because it's difficult to make him free from Bologna. Tognozzi remains there. We also spoke about Tognozzi in today's video. He's remaining there equal in the second position. And then we have a Massara that is going up. So pay attention to the voices of Massara that could potentially be the post-Giuntoli. You want more information? Go back and watch the video of this morning. Because also in this morning video, we spoke about Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne, the possible reinforcement of Napoli for free. 33 years old player with a lot of experience, world-class player, let's be honest, that the wife already visited the city of south of Italy. Now, why am I speaking about that? Because if, in a way, De Laurentiis is going for De Bruyne, well, I'm not that happy because this morning, Mirko, another one, Mirko Di Natale this time, said, pay attention, I give you a provocation. What if Juventus is thinking to bring back home a player that is at the moment at Fiorentina? You will all think, are we bringing back Moiskin as the next Dusan Vlahovic, this time as a first striker? Are we bringing back Nicolo Fagioli, that maybe will not be signed permanently to Fiorentina, that is obliged to sign him if they qualify to Europe? If they don't, they can still choose. I will tell you, not for Moiskin, not for Nicolo Fagioli, but this time we are speaking about Rolando Mandragora. With all the respect that I have for Rolando Mandragora, that I followed when he was in the youth academy, that I followed when he was with the first team, I always saw beautiful things in him. I really believe that he was a beautiful prospect, and honestly, he's doing a beautiful season with La Viola. With all the respect, I cannot accept that today, on the same day, I hear De Bruyne to Napoli, Rolando Mandragora to Juve. This is something that I'm not happy about. It's blasphemy. With all the respect for a player that I really appreciate. And no, because then you are telling us, oh, we are ready. We are ready to start again a cycle of we don't care about the title in Serie A. We are caring about maybe doing Europe, not even Champions League. And this is something, please no. I don't know if these voices are true. I don't know who is going and checking and asking information for these kind of players, first of all, because they are from Fiorentina. I don't know when it will be enough that we give money to Fiorentina, because every summer looks like we are obliged to pay them something. Or we are selling them something at super low prices, like a Fagioli, like a Moiskin, and we are buying for extra, super much money. This time they are speaking about a player that has one more year of contract, 15 million euro, a bit too much. Attenzione. So please, don't link. One that will not be there will be Arthur. Arthur, that is at the moment on loan on Girona. Girona is fighting for avoiding relegation. If they avoid relegation, if they stay in La Liga, they are really thinking about Arthur to continue with them, which would be a really beautiful news for Juventus, because we know it. And it's a player that, unfortunately, never worked at Juve and that we paid a lot of money. From La Continassa, last topic, Juventus, Dusan Vlahovic is back. He's back there in La Continassa. Today he trained, which is a really great news because we are on Thursday and the tick is clocking because we are playing already on Saturday tomorrow. Press conference 1:45 Italian time from Igor Tudor, then the squad list, and then they already travel to Roma. Will he be able to play from the first minute? Absolutely not. But having him already on the bench is a good news because we know it. We never score in the second half, at least in the 6 games with Igor Tudor. So having Dusan Vlahovic there ready to enter would be extremely important. At least to scare a bit Lazio, to not go with, we don't know who to put there. Tudor, looking back, seeing a Dusan Vlahovic is absolutely a good news. Nothing to do for Koopmeiners. Where is Koopmeiners? No idea. Still suffering from a problem. Gatti will try, but at the moment more negative than not. No chances for Cambiaso, no chances for Lloyd Kelly. So how can potentially Juventus play? They will potentially play with a 3-4-2-1, continuing with the credo of Igor Tudor with Di Gregorio into the goal, Kalulu, Vega and Savona, the 3 that were there against Bologna last time. We are obliged with the players that we have at disposal. That's the only choice that we have. 4 men in the midfield, Weah on the right side, Weston McKennie that is taking the spot of Cambiaso that will not be there, Locatelli, Thuram there. Speaking about Thuram, before revealing you the 3 other players, or maybe you already watched it on the screen, Thuram is a player where Juventus is extremely satisfied about, and they are really thinking to continue with him. It was out of discussion, of course, but giving him even more importance in the next season. Then on top, well, Nico Gonzalez, and maybe, probably, because there are not a lot of choices for the very first time from the start, Chico Conceição behind Kolo Muani. Who are the subs? We have 6 players. If we don't call up next-gen players that are ready to enter, Alberto Costa on the right side of the field, Rui on the left side of the field, Adzic, Douglas Luiz, Bangula, 3 players that could potentially enter from the midfield on, and then Dusan Vlahovic. What did we work on in La Continassa? This morning we worked on physical condition to keep that energy as long as possible, because in L'Olimpico I can tell you, it will be hot. I'm not sure about the temperature, but it will be extremely hot. On the other side, we worked also on the set pieces. That is one of, if not the biggest weakness of Juventus this season. So I recap. Tognozzi, Massara and Sartori, 3 names that have been confirmed by Mirko Nicolino to be there in the eye of Exor, to be the post Giuntoli, and that's one. Not sure who is taking care about the Rolando Mandragora business, but if you listen to that video, please move on. Please bring me a name that is really something that I want to dream about. Not Rolando Mandragora, with all the respect, because if you are speaking about De Bruyne to Napoli, we have a problem. Arthur, more and more chances that finally the contract will stop with Juventus. Dusan Vlahovic is back. The other players didn't come back on time. We worked on set pieces, and then a lineup that is nearly obliged because we don't have a lot of choices. I'm really curious if Igor Tudor will call up some next-gen players, because having choices, especially now that the season of the young kids are over, will be extremely important. And with that, I close the video. Grazie, forza, Juve.